Salvete, cari amici, commilitones, studentes et amantes linguae latinae, quo modo valetis, quid agitis, si valetis, valeo. Me ministisne me Petrum praetorium nomine appellare, hic incipit lectio quinta cursus nostri de lingua latina apud Johannem McClintock, et nunc incipiamus caput quintum. In this fifth lesson, we shall continue our study of the nouns of the first declension by adding to the cases we have already learned, those of the dative and the ablative. Briefly, to review the inflectional progress made so far, in respect of the Latin noun, we have learned that the nominative case ending is used to mark the noun in its grammatical role as subject of the verb, as, for example, Julia is reading, which for the purpose of analysis we can turn into the question, who is reading? The answer, Julia, will occur in the subjective, the nominative, or the who case. The vocative case, which is usually identical to that of the nominative, is used to mark the noun as the object of direct address, as, for example, Julia, hand the book to me. Julia here occurs in the case of direct address, the vocative. The genitive case ending marks a noun which is dependent upon another noun and which, in the manner of an adjective, expresses some qualifying relationship between the genitive noun and that upon which it depends. It often expresses the sort of relationship which is expressed by means of the English preposition of, as for example, the book of Julia or Julia's book. In both formulas, of Julia or Julia apostrophe s, the proper noun Julia will occur in the possessive, the genitive case, or the whose case. The accusative case ending marks a noun which serves in its sentence as a direct object of the verb, as for example, Julia sees Livia. Whom does Julia see? The answer, the proper noun Livia, will here be marked as the objective or the accusative or the whom case. It now remains for us to consider the dative and the ablative cases. The dative case is the form assumed by the noun, stem plus grammatical role suffix, in order to indicate that the noun is serving in its sentence as indirect object of the verb. Julia is lending her book to Livia. To whom is Julia lending her book? The answer, Livia, is the indirect object of the verb. Julia is marked in the nominative case as subject. Book is marked in the accusative case as the direct object. And so Livia will occur in the dative case, which we might informally think of as the to whom case or the for whom case. Not surprisingly, the etymology of the word dative, derived as it is from the adjective dativus, itself derived from the supine stem of the verb dare, to give, would remind us that this case, the dative, often occurs with verbs of giving and granting, to indicate not the direct object, the thing given, but the indirect object of the verb of the granting or given, the person or thing who or which derives benefit from the act of giving. The dative case corresponds to such an idea of noun relationship as is expressed in English by means of the use of the preposition to or for, as for example, Julia gave the book to Livia, or Julia gave Livia the book. The ablative case, in contrast to the genitive case, which, as we said earlier, serves in the Latin sentence to mark a noun used adjectively, which is to say, to qualify or determine another noun, the ablative case ending is that suffix which marks a noun as functioning in a Latin sentence adverbially, as an adverb. The etymology of the word indicates its original meaning and use, for it is derived from the separative prepositional prefix ab, and the Latin verb ferro, ferre, tuli, latum, to carry. It was originally used to express separation from, as in decem milia passum Roma. Roma is in the ablative case, and the phrase means 10 miles from Rome. But the ablative was later pressed into service to indicate such other adverbial ideas as manner, instrument, and agent, as those cases whose purpose it had been to express the ideas fell out of use in the pre-classical period. The ablative case then expresses such relationships to the verb as are often expressed in English by the prepositions by, with, and from. We might think of the ablative case then as the by whom, the with whom, the from whom case. The Latin ablative case is sometimes used with a preposition and sometimes without, as we shall learn in the following lessons. Now we have learned the full paradigm of the Latin noun of the first declension. We remember the endings, and I'll write them down. Nominative singular, genitive singular, dative singular, accusative singular, ablative singular, and the vocative. The plural forms: nominative plural, genitive plural, dative plural, accusative plural, ablative plural, and the vocative repeating, as it usually does in Latin, the nominative. These are the case endings if we wish to decline the noun filii. This is the dictionary entry, nominative singular, genitive singular. We derive the stem, as you recall, in the following way. From the genitive singular ending, we remove the genitive ending. From the genitive singular form, we remove the ending. So we may construct a formula as follows. Filii minus I gives us the stem FILI, to which we add these endings. We put them together, and we have a stem plus an inflectional ending. Filii, nominative singular. Filii, genitive singular. Filii, dative singular. Filiam, accusative singular. Filia, ablative singular. And filia, vocative singular. In the plural, filii, filiarum, filiis, filias, filiis, and the vocative plural, filii. To conclude, here is our vocabulary for the lesson. The first word is animal, or more particularly wild animal, fera, ferai, an inhabitant, incola, incolae. This is a masculine member of the first. Ambush, plot, treachery, insidiae, insidiarum. It's used only in the plural forms. Tear is lacrimae, lacrima, lacrimae. Letter, literae, literarum. Deserter, perfuga, perfugae. Road or way is via, viae. The English preposition with is in Latin cum, a preposition used only with the ablative case. The verb to encourage, to strengthen, confirmare, to grant, to give, dare, to show, monstrare, to beseech, obsecrare. Et hic habet finem, amici, caput quintum praelectionis nostrae, quod conversum in Anglicum significat. Here endeth the fifth lesson. Nunc volete, curate ut variatis.